Hello everyone, welcome to What If Deku was trained by Gogeta Special. Chapter 1. Every voice you create has an echo. Your own bad energy will be your undoing. Gogeta was facing Janemba after trying to defeat him many ways, but Goku and Vegeta decided that fusion was the best way. Vegeta then uses his speed to attack Janemba as he then kicks him 2 times and flip kicks him as it gives him more space, and he raises his hand as he creates a rainbow energy sphere as he crushes it and throws it at Janemba. Janemba punches him, but no effect happens. He uses his last energy to blast him, but Gogeta dodges. Janemba then disappears as a small boy emerges, and he notices Gogeta and gets scared as he runs away, as Gogeta gives a smile and a chuckle as it ended when he felt a strong force pulling him. What the hell is that? As he continued struggling to escape the force of the black hole, but it was useless. He was sucked in, and Gogeta passed out due to lack of oxygen. Time skip. I wake up in a beach or what looks like it, since it was filled with a bunch of trash. Oh my god, mister, are you okay? I see a girl with spiked up blonde hair and orange eyes come running to me. Yeah, I'm fine, thanks for asking. Geez, you scared me, it looked like you got hurt. You were out for a while, like a good 30 minutes. She said with concern in her voice. A small fall can't kill this guy. That's strange, I'm still fused, looks like the jump of dimensions made my fusion permanent. Either way, it's a good thing you are okay. What's your name, sir? Oh well, I am Gogeta and you are? My name's Kaede, it's great to meet you. Kaede, can you tell where I am? You are in the old Dagaba beach in Japan. Well, looks like I did go to a different dimension, but I don't think I'll be able to ever go back. Mr. Gogeta, I just have one question. Yeah, what's up? Are you a pro hero? Because from your outfit it looks like you are a pro hero. No, I'm actually not from this universe, so let's say I had a dimension jump. Well, I'll be happy to let you stay at my place if you need it, sir. How nice of you. But are your parents okay letting a stranger in your home? Oh, my mom works abroad, but my dad died when I was 3, so before I got my quirk. What's a quirk? A quirk is a mutated power that nearly 80% of the world get their power at a young age or during birth. It mostly depends on the power the person is born with. After talking for a while, she takes me to her home and she started geeking out when she saw a guy on the TV called All Might. Who's that guy, Kaede? That's All Might, the #1 hero in all the world. He is also known as the symbol of peace. Man, I would do anything to meet him and get his autograph. Well, let's go meet him, he's close, I can sense his energy, so it's gonna be pretty easy. You can do that, that's so cool. She said as she had stars in her eyes. Yeah, I can do a lot of things, but also you explained to me what quirks are, but you never told me your quirk. Oh well, my quirk is airstrikes. I can basically use wind for attacks like long distance shots. But it's not that strong. I don't think I'll make it to UA with a weak quirk like mine. Hey, don't say that, how about this? I can train you to make your quirk even stronger and you'll be able to go to UA. Are you serious? You can train me? Yeah, but first I need to get you your autograph. I followed an energy super close to All Might and I took Kaede with me and she was super excited to meet All Might. All with All Might. Have no fear, now you are safe. Now that I am here, that is. All Might came right on time to save Izuku from the sludge villain. Is that All Might? Izuku then loses consciousness. All Might then wakes Izuku as he freaks out and he finds out of All Might's secret. So is he close, Mr. Gogeta? Yeah, he should be close. He then notices All Might jump away with a boy holding onto his leg. There he is as he pointed up and Kaede looked dumbfounded as she was confused why there was someone holding onto All Might. Give me 1 second, okay Kaede, just stay here. I then flew to All Might and saw him land and he dropped the boy as he looked like he was super dry. Not a smart move, you know, young man. Hey All Might. Both of them screamed as I pulled out the notebook and looked for a clean page and I took out a pen. Hi, can you sign this notebook for a friend of mine? But before he could react, a puff of smoke blocked him and I was confused on what happened, but I then saw All Might but looking like a skeleton. What happened to All Might, you? What happened to All Might, you? You're an imposter, a fake. Said the kid as he was freaking out. I assure you that I am All Miu, as he started drooling blood. Whoa, are you okay? I'm fine, I just wanna know, how are you not shocked to see me like this? Well, actually I've never seen you before, so this is not shocking for me. Also, a friend of mine is a big fan of you. He then explains how he got injured and can only do hero work for 3 hours, and so the boy decided to ask a question to him. All Might, is it possible for someone who's quirkless be a hero like you? I'm just a normal kid, but I always wanted to be a hero since I was a kid, and so is it possible to be a hero? It was silent, but I decided to speak before he could. Kid, I'm gonna tell you straight, you can be a hero because these powers are sure mutated, but if you train hard enough you can also be a hero. Hell, I had to train hard to reach the power that I have now. Oh really? I see, can be a hero. Yes, with enough training and dedication anyone can be a hero, you just need the right guide. All Might looked at me with eyes of knowing I did the right thing and gave me a giant smile and he transformed into his buff form. Ahaha, young man, I deem you worthy of my power. I know it may sound sudden, but I can see so much great potential in you. I smiled as I knew he was going to be a great hero. Now about that autograph. He then laughed and signed the notebook, and I decided to check on a technique that could help All Might. Hey All Might, can you show me your scar again? He was confused as I then created an energy sphere the same as the one I used on Janemba, but it was smaller, and I used my energy and let the energy release in his scar, and it seemed to heal as I felt his energy increase, and his scar was fully gone. He hugged me and cried as I returned to Kaede as she cried tears of joy and hugged me. I gave her a hug back, and so it started her days of hell. Chapter 2. Come on, I want you to fight me. Wait, what? I didn't stutter. Come on. Hurry up, or do you want to keep wasting my time? She got scared, but she cooperated and started to use her quirk as she was really slow and the punches were not that strong. Okay, I want you to make an example. What kind? I want you to punch that wall, and we will compare each strike until it's compared to mine. She released her full power as she punched the wall, and she made a small hole kindle like a punch size. I did the same as I accidentally pushed her away from the force, but I made a giant hole. In these 10 months your body will feel like it wants to give up, so I won't let you overwork yourself. And I want you to show me around the city and teach me everything of the Hero Association. Sure, Mr. Gogeta. Just call me Gogeta or Sensei if you want. I don't do formalities, I said, since I hate when people are too formal. Well, Sensei, what type of training are we gonna do? Simple, we are going to use these weights to help you train. I gave her the weights and she could move, but not very fast. She was as slow as a turtle when she walked. These W weights are supposed to make me as stronger. As she said, struggling to move around. Yeah, you will have these on for the whole 10 months while you learn martial arts and doing the exercise. Pav. God, please help me because I might die before I could even try to be a hero. I can tell you that the training was hell and I could never hit him. He was always dodging, telling me to get faster and to stop letting myself get distracted. I tried to punch him, but he was too fast even if I had the weights off. If you want to be a hero, then try harder. I was irritated, and so I keep going with the onslaught, and I used my quirk on an airstrike punch before it could be released to use on of his own. Damn it. I want to get stronger, I want to be a hero, but I have to get away from all the doubt in my mind. Let's take a break for now and we'll start again in 1 hour. No. I want to keep going even if my body can't move anymore. I will continue to force it to keep going. I saw Sensei smile as he lifted me and he took me home while I fell asleep in his arms. Time skip. Alright, 10 months of training is over, now let's see the result. I want you to do the same as last time when we began your training. I was ready because 10 months of training and learning new fighting style of my own, I should be able to make the same hole size as master. Pressure strike, full power. Vegeta Pav. She release a giant gust of wind as the hole I made is only 10%, so she should make one that even bigger since 10 months is a great improvement. I was really surprised because she basically destroyed the entire wall and made a hole 4 times bigger than the one I made in the next wall. They were training in an old construction site, and Kaede knows how to sense energy and is faster at least to where she can keep up with Gogeta at 10%. I'm impressed, Kaede, you not only destroyed the wall, but made an even bigger hole than the one I made. You're ready for the exam. She had tears in her eyes as she hugged me, and she said something that really surprised me. Thank you so much, Dad. Dad. I didn't mean that. I cut her off as I hugged her and started laughing. It's alright, I see you as a daughter as well since I never had a daughter, so you were the first. We laughed and kept training, and we decided that tomorrow was an off day since she needed to relax and prepare herself for the exam in 2 days. I then went to patrol since on the 6th month of training I became a pro, and I decided to surprise her by doing something cool. It seems like no crime today. I better head back home. Kaede is probably waiting for me. Hey look, it's Gogeta. I turn around to see a group of elementary kids running at me. Sir, what's your quirk? My quirk is energy manipulation and super strength. Lucky. Are you stronger than All Might? Who knows, I never fought All Might, so I don't know if I'm stronger. I then saw a kid crying as I decided to talk to the kid. Hey, why the sad face? Can I be a hero even with a weak quirk like mine? Let me see your quirk. He started running and he was only able to increase his speed but a little. So you can increase your speed by a little. Well, if you train hard enough you can be a hero, you just need to train your quirk by breaking your limits. He looked at me shocked as if those were the words he needed to hear. Thank you, sir, you're my hero. I patted his head as the other kids decided to leave after I gave them all an autograph. I wonder if Kaede is home. I then flew back home and I saw Kaede still training, doing some training exercises I showed her, and I was proud, but I have to make sure that she takes a break. Honey, I'm home. Oh Gogeta, it's great to see you again. Oh hey Utomashe, how are you? I told you to call me Mariko. Sorry about that. Kaede is still training, right? Yeah, she is gonna pass that exam with ease. I kept on looking at my most successful pupil. She is gonna be a great hero. After a few minutes we eat dinner and Kaede goes to sleep since in 2 days she will show everyone that she belongs at UA. Don't worry Kaede, you will do great. Chapter 3. Kaede Pav. I wanted to contact Master, but he wasn't answering his phone. I then decided I had to go to the entrance exam. I ran there and made it in time as I went and saw my favorite radio guy present, Mick. He was giving a speech but was asked a question from a tall guy with glasses when he then confronted a guy with messy green hair as he got embarrassed and stopped talking. Geez, that guy didn't have to call him out, it literally wasn't bothering anyone. We got our battle centers and I got B, and I saw a guy with ash blonde hair and red eyes. I don't know why, but for some reason I felt really warm as he turned around to my direction. Hey you. He walked to my direction and looked at me, and I don't know why I wasn't scared but really nervous to talk to a guy like him. Why yes. I've seen you before, haven't I? Yeah, you were together with the new hero Gogeta. Oh why yeah, he is my master. You better not fail because you were trained to a strong hero, so pass this and maybe we can hang out sometime since you look cute or whatever. He walked back with his hands in his pockets and I was blushing so much that I couldn't believe it. Mick said go and me and him were the first to go before everyone else and I started taking down each robot in sight as I saw his quirk was explosions and it was really strong. I kept going and I had a total of 74 points and that's when they released the 0-pointer. I wanted to take it down but I couldn't, so I ran away and I felt a giant energy come from someone and I saw that it was the green messy hair guy and he punched the 0-pointer and it was destroyed. Time was up and I saw the guy who basically asked me out and we walked out together and during that time we actually hanged out as I was waiting for the results. Hey kid, you here? I get up and see that it's Master Gogeta, so I decided to hide and try to attack him and so I grabbed a sword and tried to get him. Vegeta Pav. I knew she was gonna try and get me so I prepared my finger to counter her strikes. Ha. Nice, your speed has increased. Also I'm here to tell you that your results for UA are here. I gave her a letter and she ran to her room as I went and grabbed a drink when her mother came out as she saw me. Oh hello Gogeta, how have you been since I was gone last month? Oh hello Mariko, I've actually been pretty good. Did you just come back from my island? Yes actually. I have also seen the kid made UA. Yes, she earned it and she is gonna make a really strong hero. I wanted to ask her, but I was too shy, so I decided to man up and just ask her. So would you like to damn it, would you like to get a coffee sometime? That was really painful to say, huh? I laughed as she agreed and we went to get a coffee after congratulating Keed for getting in UA. We walked around the city and I found a good cafe and we started talking and I had to put on sunglasses so people wouldn't recognize me. Thank you so much Gogeta for taking me out. I haven't talked to anyone since my husband died and I didn't wanted to forget him. Actually you wouldn't forget him, I feel that he would want you to keep smiling. Sure, death does has its moments to try and bring us down, but we have to honor the wish of those who we lost and keep going and try to keep being happy. Don't you think? In that moment Mariko hugged me as I saw that she was crying and I was really shocked since she was really beautiful and I did liked her. Thank you, maybe I should honor my husband's wishes. We looked at each other and we got so close that our noses were touching and I decided to kiss her and we stayed like that for a while and we separated and we smiled as we did like each other. She had the kindness of Chichi and the intelligence of Bulma. She reminded me of Goku and Vegeta's wives, but she was the whole package. Mariko was perfect. We then went on with the date and I bought us ice cream and during the night time we stayed and watched the sunset at Agaba Beach and I saw All Might and Izuku talking, but since Mariko never knew I met All Might, she freaked out when she saw All Might. Is that All Might? She put all her attention to him that I gave a signal for them to run and they took the chance, but we had to chase them, but I decided to tell her the surprise and she asked if she could join, so I didn't see anything wrong with it. We hugged as I flew back home, but when we walked in I saw Keed with a guy and I don't know why I was annoyed. Keed Pav. Oh shit, mom and Master Gogeta just came in when I was hanging out with Kitsuki. Keed, honey, who is this? This is my friend Kitsuki Bakugo, we met at the entrance exam. Oh well, it's a pleasure to meet you Kitsuki. I saw that Master and Bakugo were standing in front of each other staring at each other's soul. So how do you know my daughter? We met in the entrance exam and started hanging out and became friends. Gogeta. I gave him a glare as I didn't like his attitude, but he was honest. I smiled as I had one idea. I want you to fight me. Dad, you're kidding, right? I accept and I won't lose. We left outside and I told him that I will give him a handicap if he can land a hit on my face, then he wins. But he was aggressive when he said he'll kill me if I made a fool of him. He has Vegeta's ego. He charged at me and I was surprised on how good his abilities are. Every time I would land a hit he would improve and increase his blast as well as his speed. Looks like you're not all talk, maybe you do have potential to become a hero. I'm gonna surpass all of you, especially All Might. He's persistent and so in a moment I let him punch me. Ha. I win. Congrats, but let me tell you that you need to channel your anger, so how about I train you? Sure, whatever. I smiled as I saw him leave and hugged Keed as she was blushing. She must really like this guy. I'm Skip, Keed Pav. I was running to UA as I was accepted and I am in class 1A. By the time I got there I saw some people in the door talking as I could hear Bakugo insulting someone. I went inside the room and sat down in front of him, and he hugged me from behind as I blushed as I can tell he was smiling. "Hello everyone, we are your homeroom teachers." I looked to my right as basically everyone including myself were shocked that Dad was there. "Dad?" Surprise. Chapter 4, what are you doing here? I am your homeroom teacher and before we begin I want you all to put on these gym uniforms and meet me outside. I left as everyone grabbed a uniform and got changed, and they were amazed that the hero Gogeta was teaching, but a specific orange-haired girl was more confused on why I was teaching. Now today we will be taking a quirk assessment test to see where you all are with your strength. But aren't we gonna miss orientation? Those things don't really matter and at UA I can teach the class the way I want to, so it's not really your choice. Bakugo, you were the highest in the practical exam. What was your ball throw in middle school? 67 meters I think. Here, throw this ball with your quirk, just make sure you stay in the circle. He threw the ball as I saw that his power did increase, but not by much. I want you all to go at your fullest and you can use your quirks to give you advancements. This looks fun. Said a girl with pink skin and 2 horns. Yeah, using our quirks to the extent is gonna be a blast. You think that this is all fun and games, so how about this? The person who scores last will be expelled for having no potential. But that's not fair. We just got here, at least give us a chance, sir. You know what, you're right, no one is gonna be expelled. Really, everyone screamed as I just answered back in white. No, now shut up and run. Everyone started showing their skills as from what I can tell Kaede was winning most of but Bakugo did show pretty good skill. During the exercises Eraserhead came and watched the class as he saw that some of my students had potential. But I can tell he was watching Midoriya since he broke his arm during the entrance exam, but he was doing normal on the exercises, so I decided to intercept. Midoriya, come here real quick. Why yes, sir. We walked where we could talk privately and I saw that some students were looking at us, so I had to raise my voice. What the hell are you all looking at? Get back to the test or I'll expel all of you. They got scared and went back to working, and so I changed back to my smiling self and decided to talk to him. So how's your progress with one for all? If I use it I can destroy my body, so not really too good. Have you tried limiting your percent instead of a 100% burst? Like 5% and keep that power on the whole time. Izuku looked like he realized the cure for cancer as he started to limit his power and he started letting out a small aura of electricity, but the one that can't do any damage. One for all, full cowling. Now hurry and continue with the exercises. He ran back as he started to increase better on the rankings. I was proud I could help him evolve, but that was the only time I would help him. He turned to throw the ball was next and she threw the ball and got 761.5 meters. I was surprised but concerned to why she was holding back and Midoriya got 630.6 meters and the rest of the test were done. Alright everyone, good work, and also no one is gonna be expelled. That was just a lie, so all of you can do your best and if you complain I'll go back on my word and expel you all. Now hurry, go to class and pick up a syllabus. Everyone left as I walked to the science lab and saw Mariko working. I walked behind her as I hugged her and we started laughing as Kaede came through the door and we explained how we became teachers at UA. The next day, alright everyone, we are gonna have hero basic training with. I am here coming through the door like a hero. All Might and myself will be watching over your training today, and since you are gonna be training, we are gonna give you the chance to wear your new hero suits. All Might clicked the button and everyone's hero suit were in suitcases as they grabbed it and I told them to go to ground beta. You all look amazing. Now today we will be doing battle training and we are gonna be doing a 2-person team, one for the heroes and villains. Gogeta will be telling everyone their teams. Before I could even say anything Iida raised his hand and he started asking another question. Forgive my intrusion, but by curiosity, how did sensei become a pro hero and teacher at UA? 1, tone it down, and 2, well, I'm not from this universe. Everyone then started to get even more shocked except Kaede, as in a moment I saw Mariko walk out of the lab and before I could continue she was dirty, like if an explosion was caused in the lab. I sped through and controlled the fire and pushed it out before it could become a problem and set off the sprinklers. Are you okay, Mariko? I'm fine, just a mess. I gave her a towel and we followed each other to the groups as I then continued to explain my origins of Goku and Vegeta, and easily some took it pretty well and Kaminari asked another question. Wait, if you are married with 2 women then doesn't that mean your family will miss you? Well, I do miss my family over there, but in my universe I was never gonna see them again since the moment I was transported here, I was dead, and plus I'm my own person now since the fusion that created me only should last 30 minutes, but it different since now I am permanently fused forever. But enough about that, I have my new family and I couldn't be happier. Now let's begin. The first match will be Ichako and Midoriya versus Bakugo and Iida. Both Midoriya and Bakugo looked at each other as Bakugo gave him a smile and Midoriya gave him a nod. Deku, I won't go easy even after getting a quirk, or maybe he was hiding it from me, or maybe his body just wasn't ready for his quirk, so it stayed dormant. No matter, I will show you that I am stronger. Hack, and I know we see each other as brothers, but I want you to know that I won't hold back. Both Bakugo and Midoriya walk to their positions as I can tell this battle will be a big one. Everything happens in the end. I'm just Izuku and Bakugo battle was like their second one, with Izuku going 8% and Bakugo beating him. I use instant transmission to get Izuku to recovery girl and Bakugo was concerned, but I made sure he was okay. The rest of the battle went, now Kaede, you will be with anyone against me. What? He chose Kirishima as they walked to the building and they were against a secret villain. Footsteps were heard as both heroes in training got in a fighting position and they felt a giant pressure as the figure showed himself. Hum at me heroes, give me everything you got. Are you kidding me? We are gonna face your dad. Yeah, it was bound to happen, but let's just do our best. Both Kaede and Kirishima ran towards me as they tried to hit me, but again Kirishima is mostly a brawler and I trained Kaede, so it was easy to see where they messed up. I spin kicked Kirishima and I rush a Kaede as I kicked her feet off balance, but she flipped and used her quirk, but I counter it with my own strike. Kaede and Kirishima try to rush me, but I dodge as I slam both their heads together. Hum on, you both aren't even trying to win. Kaede kept using her quirk around and this confused me as she was just destroying the building. What I didn't notice was that Kirishima was using this opportunity to catch the bomb instead of fighting me. Kaede used one last strike and caused most of the building to fall on me as she ran to the stairs with Kirishima. Alright, that should give us enough time to get the bomb. Nice plan trapping your dad long enough for us to get the bomb. Yeah, it was a nice plan, Kaede. Both of them turned around as they saw me walking towards them. What's more funny, the bomb is not even in the building. What? He charged at me as well, Kirishima did, and both tried to hit me or make me lose balance, but I kept dodging, but for some reason, Kaede started smiling as she used her quirk on Kirishima and he was launched like a cannon and I let him attack me as I grabbed him from his shoulders and slammed him to the ground. Hero team wins. How did they win? Kaede pointed at my foot and I noticed the capture tape was tied on my foot. I smiled and congratulated them on their win and told them that sometimes you have to distract your enemy for the real plan to get in motion. We all went back to the group as I explained that sometimes you have to make sure to have a backup plan in case it fails. Now hurry and get back to class. They left as the other classes went on and the students went back home as I stood outside UA looking at the sky as I flew back home. I wish I prepared for what came the next day. Symbol of peace, you will die. Chapter 5. Alright Mariko, I'm leaving. Wait Gogeta, please, I need to tell you something. I turned around and looked at Mariko as she stared at the ground and I was kinda worried what was going on. Hey, what's wrong? Gogeta, I'm pregnant. Time stopped for me as I just looked at her without saying a word. Gogeta, please say something. I walked towards her as I kissed her and hugged her. At first I was scared, but I've been through this before and this is my child with a woman Gogeta loves, not Goku or Vegeta. It's time for him to continue with his life. I'm so happy. I can't believe that I'm going to have a baby with the woman I love. We hugged as we both went to work and I noticed that Principal Nezu was there. Sir, is something wrong? He pointed to his left and I noticed the press coming and I quickly picked up Mariko and went inside. I am not going to deal with them. Alright, now please be careful for both your sakes. I love you. I kissed her as I started walking to class happy I'm having a baby. But my thoughts were interrupted when I heard loud yelling and I had two people in mind. Mick or Bakugo. I looked through the corner and I saw Aizawa beating the crap out of Mick because he woke him up. I quickly ran to my class as everyone was staring at me, but they heard the yelling and they quickly understood. Alright everyone, today we will be going to a facility to do rescue training. Now let's hurry because I don't want my day getting even more crazy when Mick calls for my help. I pressed the costume button and the students grabbed their costumes and went to the bus. I waited, but I also saw Mariko walk out with a smile and she told me that she was gonna go with us to observe Kaede. During the bus ride I heard Asui talk to Midoriya about his similarities to All Might and I thought his cover was almost blown, but Kirishima stopped it by saying that All Might doesn't injure himself when he fights. We made it to the facility and I was met up with the space hero. 13 explained that they were going to do rescue and how they have to be careful with their quirks in the near future since too much power could kill someone. Suddenly out of nowhere I felt a giant army of energies and I turned around to see a wormhole and many villains started walking out. What the? Has the training already started? I thought we were going to be rescuing. Back, damn it. Mariko, quickly get out of here and contact the school and tell them about the situation. We have villains at the USJ. Where is he? I took the liberty of inviting so many of my friends here and they want All Might. Too bad because now you'll have to deal with me and trust me, I don't take lightly to snakes who scare my wife and students. I was about to walk down until I looked behind me and saw the same portal open in front of the children. What do you want from us? Apologies if we disturbed your class Gogeta, but we came here because we want All Might, that's it. Gogeta glared at him as he quickly sped up to him and used instant transmission to get him back to the hand guy. What the? I'm going to give you all one chance. Leave and never do mischief again, or I'll beat you all to the ground. The villain started laughing as he ordered the rest of the other thugs to attack, and they charged at me. I just stood there ready for a fight. Third pav. Many thugs started charging towards Gogeta, but some stayed their distance, and the shooting squad were ready to shoot as they shot at Gogeta, but he just deflected all of the bullets. Gogeta, come on, if that's the best you all got then just give up now, because the level you all are then you guys are never going to defeat me. Gogeta started floating until he sped towards the villains and started taking down many in milliseconds. The hand villain was getting worried until he realized that all of the villains that were with him were down. Kurogiri, separate the children so they can meet our friends. Before he could move, Gogeta shot out 3 energy rings and they covered Kurogiri as Gogeta closed his fist and the rings tightened on Kurogiri. Gogeta Galactic Donut. A good move from my fusion son Gotenks. I could tell he was your mode of transportation, so it's better if he doesn't interfere and attack my students. Because now it's personal, so I guess it's my turn to show you my real ability. Gogeta started to get covered by a golden aura as he flew back and started letting out a giant scream. The students saw what was going on, only Mariko and Kaede knew what was going on. Mariko, it's time. The golden shine blinded everyone as they covered their eyes until they opened them again and they couldn't believe it. It was the first time anybody other than his family have seen it. Gogeta has transformed into a Super Saiyan. Gogeta, it's over because now I've come for you. Chapter 6. This is Super Saiyan. Now are you ready for your demise? The hand villain was feeling fear, but it went away as he looked towards Nomu. Nomu, quickly kill him. The Nomu ran towards Gogeta and tried to deliver a punch towards him as Gogeta just grabbed his hand and knees his face and kicked his face as the Nomu was pushed towards the forest area. Come on, I was hoping you would put up more of a fight. This is just a sad display of power, but a sudden explosion was caused as the Nomu came out unscathed. Gogeta gave a small surprised look, but he kept his same serious face. Gogeta walked towards slowly as the Nomu ran towards him, and Gogeta dodged his punch as he landed an elbow on the Nomu's gut and spin kicked his head to the ground. The students were amazed of the power displayed of Gogeta. Even Izuku mimicked his leg attack as he started riding it, and Kaede could only laugh as she was still amazed of the awesome showcase of her stepfather. I would stop fighting if I were you. So I'll give you a chance. Give up. Suddenly he felt a hand on his arm as he turned around and saw that the hand villain grabbed his arm, but the question was, why did he grab his arm? Gogeta pushed his hand off as he kicked him away, and after he landed on the ground for some weird reason he was laughing. Ha 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 ha. Say goodbye to your class, Gogeta. Gogeta was confused as nothing happened, and even villain was both confused and shocked. I don't understand what you did, but what was supposed to happen? How? How? You were supposed to be turned to dust. I touched you with my hand completely. Okay, so that's your quirk, huh? It's pretty dangerous. But it seems it doesn't work on me. Gogeta out of instinct blocked a punch from the Nomu as he grabbed its head and slammed it to the ground and blasted the creature from the crater. After the smoke cleared, Gogeta turned around and glared at the hand villain and prepared one of his signature attacks. No way. Is he? Said Izuku, knowing the pose as he saw Gogeta's every fight. Kaede smirked as she knew the attack. Gogeta aura bursted as his power shook the entire building, and this brought fear to the hand villain. Hamaham. Kurogiri body started to create a portal as his body through in pain was released by the energy donuts and took the hand villain away from the blast. Ha! Gogeta released the energy towards the villain as he only had fear in his eyes. But was pulled away from the blast only to barely miss his face as the blast never connected, and Gogeta instantly pushed the blast up to the ceiling as it crashed and was pushed all the way to space. Tamura Shigaraki, we need to leave. At this moment we weren't prepared for his power, but we can escape and then have better resources. Let's go. Kurogiri created another warp gate and Shigaraki looked at Gogeta with hatred and rage as Gogeta looked to his left as he noticed they were escaping. I'll come back and kill you one day, I promise that. I'll stop you. Plus you might need to get your arms and legs checked out. Huh? Shigaraki asked as Gogeta in an instant used 4 Kai blast shots to pierce both his arm and legs as Shigaraki fell to the ground with Kurogiri taking him away to their base. Gogeta gave off a smile as he powered down from Super Saiyan and walked towards his students. Everyone good? Gogeta asked, worried for his students and family. We're okay. Thanks of you. Mariko walked up to him and gave him a kiss as he kissed her back while rubbing her stomach. But now let's go back. Gogeta stopped talking and instantly transformed into Super Saiyan as he saw that the Nomu was out and running towards him. Damn it, I didn't realize that he would still be up. Gogeta cursed at himself for not finishing the job earlier, but better late than never. His body flowed with amazing speed as he was ready to fully finish the monster off. Everyone else watched as Gogeta suddenly disappeared and attacked the Nomu from many places from its body as it showed many attack marks on its body. Gogeta appeared behind him and kneed the monster's head twice until fully delivered a full backflip kick that threw him away to the bottom of the stairs. Gogeta jumped away a few feet as he raised his hand, and out came the same technique he used against Janemba 10 months ago before he was sent here. Haven't used this one in a while, Gogeta crushed the energy as the Nomu got up and ran towards him, but before he could reach him, Gogeta threw the energy and the particles reached the creature's body, and before the Nomu landed a punch. The fist disappeared, or more like disintegrated, then the body started to completely disintegrated. The last part to go was the head, and the sparks of energy left started reform into a man. The man then looked at Gogeta, but slowly fell to the ground as Gogeta just kept the same face. After a while Gogeta called the police and UA as All Might, and Principal Nezu checked the area around the USJ. But Gogeta still wondered on what caused the guy he saved to be turned into that. "You okay, sweetheart?" asked Mariko, worried for her husband. "Yeah, I'm fine. But are the others okay?" "Yeah, they're fine." They went back to the bus as they headed to UA, and the students weren't traumatized, but they were still shocked of what happened. However, Izuku on the other hand was writing down everything he saw with Gogeta and his moves. He closed the book as it read fighting notes for the future. Izuku smiled as he knew he was gonna keep getting stronger with the help of his new teacher. Let me know in the comments below if you guys want the next part. Also check out my other video that has been shown and left. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share this video. And have a fantastic day. Bye.